much showing? But also I thought of making more of those articles. Like you should insert the article. So they are very two restaurants. The restaurant articles may go and see, actually, you all had not come, no? So we just got those. How much did you get? What are your problems? I think they are things. That was our 551. Today we look snake and the mirror and the legends of Lord Harry. You are not snake and a mirror story? Yes. Okay. I know you absent for so many days. Then again, it's bad. We got a list of what regular
I don't know.
See what they've done. They've got one. See how they first question, second one. Comprehension. So that so which means that must be. Here it's almost the same, 3.5 years. Thereafter is one word. So I'll understand. We wait for this class to end. If they're not got it till the week. But he said. Okay, come and sit here. So come here or here. This side, from this side. Make a mirror. Yes, sir, Mitra. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
How have you been?
Fine.
Snake and the mirror today. Here this side.
Okay, ma'am.
What is the story about snake and the mirror? And there is one man, he doctor, he's a homeopath, okay? And he is in his house. He's not very well off. He's in his house admiring himself in the mirror. There's a lot of rats in his house. So he is admiring himself in the mirror, and then suddenly what does he see? He first of all he heard that the sounds have all stopped. No sounds are coming, and he heard a thud like of something falling. Still he was really busy admiring, leaving, sometimes we are, when we look at we stare at ourselves and we start imagining great things which cannot be true in real life. So then what happens? What comes? Then we see there's a snake on him. Okay. And then what happens? Then the snake looks. Then the snake starts looking at itself in the mirror and moves a little forward, and this man escapes and runs off. He goes to his friend's place, and then when they come back, what do they see? They were running, the house has got stolen. Okay, everything has got stolen except
the shorts.
yes, except a shirt of his which is old and ragged. So it means that he didn't want that much also. And what does this person say? What does the man say on seeing that? Arey, this is so good, he should have washed and used it. It was so good. Why did he take it? He should have taken this one also. That's a wonderful story. So this tells you don't be too proud, don't be too overconfident. Okay. Like when the snake comes, he feels, oh my God, that's a child snake one. That's that kind. What new words you are learning? How much? 16. Every 50 and a half hours. 4. You got it? Yes. Diary. This was what find the meaning. The snake and the mirror. Do you like to look at yourself in the mirror? Yes, yes, yes. Any opportunity you get, even if you're in the lift, because that happens with all of us. Even if you're in the lift, you turn back. Even if you're on the third floor, second floor, you get 2 seconds by the time it reaches the ground floor. You still look at yourself. If there is not a mirror, but there's some metallic thing which reflects there, also you will try to feel it, right? So who doesn't? Have you ever seen a dog, a cat, or a bird look into the mirror? They won't. What do you think it sees? If it does, what does it see? Sometimes it happens. I saw this on Insta. There was this one reel where there is this dog who's looking at itself. It's not a mirror, something like a table where he can see himself. It's like a mirror only reflecting. And you see him barking. He's like growling. He thinks that it's some other animal, and he's growling. So God knows how they react. So now read this humorous story about a doctor, a snake, and a whale. So, has a snake ever coiled itself round any part of your body? A full-blooded cobra. All of us, better, good. All of us fell silent. The question came from the homeopath who asked this. This homeopath who had experienced this, what is told in the story. The topic came up when we were discussing snakes. So all these doctors, the homeopaths were together, and he asked about snake. Have there any snake ever coiled itself? So we listened attentively as the doctor continued with his tale. T-A-L means story. It was a hot summer night, about 10 o'clock. I had my meal at the restaurant and returned to my room. So he's disclosing his story now, his tale. So what type of a night was it? What's the it was hot summer, and what time was it? 10 o'clock. He had his meal and returned to the room. I heard a noise from above as I opened the door. Come. Today, what your notebook? Yes, Show me. And show me. Completed. Last time the subject was also there. इधर आइए ना तो लड़के लोग कोडिंग में आगे को भेजते he also goes there he also wants to so me what she wants ये गलती से इधर आ गए इधर होती है स्वयं से वो हो जाता है 50 रुपए का था क्या किया संभाला कि नहीं ध्यान से रखने का क्या वेरी गुड बोल और झूठ बोल तू अगली बार लेके अगली बार मैं झूठ बोलूंगी पहले से तू लास्ट टाइम बोला नहीं लाया अभी इधर खड़ा था आई अंडरस्टूड यू मस्ट नॉट you didn't speak with that much confidence कि yes I've got it अभी बोलता है दूसरा बुक लेके आया है अभी अगले हफ्ते के लिए कुछ नया बहाना ढूंढना पड़ेगा तेरे को और अगर बहाने खत्म हो जाते हैं हाँ कंप्लीट है वो बस सब्जेक्ट और चलेगा तो अगले हफ्ते लेके आना नहीं लाएगा तो वापस न्यू एक्सक्यूज 1 week you have that much is enough to think of a new excuse to give. See now you want that it's not there. You have not got it, but you have not completed it. इतना मेहनत करना तो ऐसे possible है you wouldn't have got it. Not possible. You put it on silent. This one don't put your phone on silent. We have class. It is ringing. So next week what excuse? What can I say? मैम मैं भूल गया हो गया मैम मैं दूसरा बुक लेके आया हो गया Next, what can we give? What? The dog ate my homework. You have a pet? Arey, he doesn't have a pet. No, ma'am, the stray dog came and into my house. No, or there were floods. It all got wet. क्या new excuse? Next week better get it. I was happy all these days that you were at least bringing your textbook regularly. अभी भी लाया है कि नहीं? कुछ अच्छा बोलो तो वही दिन कुछ ना कुछ करते हैं बच्चे. लाया है ना? So next now, don't spoil my impression about you. I want to have a good impression. अभी तू खुद ही फिर ऐसा गड़बड़ करेगा तो फिर कैसे चलेगा? So bring your book next time. Okay? Yours? Yes. Your notebook? You yourself come is a big thing. Huh? You lost yourself also when you were absent because I asked you why didn't you come all these days? You're like, I don't know, he's saying. So you were also lost in the wilderness. Then why didn't you come? वैसे बच्चे और क्या करो? They don't reply on me. And if you ask them more, they'll say, I don't know why. You better come regularly, okay? Don't miss classes. following?
Yes.
Okay. So what does he say? It was a hot summer night, about 10 o'clock. I had my meal at the restaurant and returned to my home, returned to my room. I heard a noise from above as I opened the door. The sound was a familiar one. What does it mean by familiar? Okay, something that he has heard or been hearing. No one would say, one would say that the rats I shared the room. There were so many rats over there. So one could easily say that he and the rats shared the same room. I took out my box of matches and lighted the kerosene lamp on the table, like a TR type. The house was not electrified, means I didn't have electricity. It was a small rented room. I had just set up medical practice and my earnings were meager. Meager means less, small in quantity. He just started practicing, so he wasn't earning much. I had about 60 rupees in my suitcase. How many rupees he had? 60 rupees. Along with some shirts and hoodies. I also possessed one solitary black coat which I was then wearing. So solitary means only one. One single black coat. It's like some formal occasion hoega, so that time he would wear it. So he had, what all did he have? He carried with himself 60 rupees, shirts, dhoti, and one solitary black coat. And he was wearing it that time. Okay. I took off my black coat, white shirt, and not so white vest and hung them up. Vest is the banyan. So he took out his black coat, his white shirt, and not so white vest and hung them up. I opened the two windows in the room. It was an outer room with one wall facing the open yard. It had a tiled roof with long supporting gables. See that picture there, no? The gable, the triangular part. So it had a tiled roof with long supporting gables that rested on the beam over the wall. Beam is those long pillars. So it had that gable, which was the triangular thing, and it was supporting on those pillars on the beams. These you can see, no? These long this stretches. These are known as they are made of metal. Whenever you construct a house or anything, this part will be of what we call bricks and cement, and the main structure is held by the beams. So something and these vertical ones. Then I forgot the name, but it's like, they say that even if say there's an earthquake or something and in a building, the safest place to hide, yes, would be below the cables and all, but also below the these are stronger than the of steel, that is made of brick. So, for we would be victims today. He's like, yeah, well, really like that. Okay, so that's how his house was. How was the house? What was the room? There was a room facing. Yes, one wall facing the open yard, and what about the gable supported by the beams? There was no ceiling. There was a regular traffic of rats to and from the beam. I made my bed and pulled it close to the wall. I lay down, but I could not sleep. I got up and went to the veranda for a little air, but the wind god seemed to have taken time off. Means was there any wind? No, no wind. You were sitting on, he was not feeling like not getting sleep, so he went down. But the wind god had taken time off. There was no wind over there. So what did he do? I went back into the room and sat down on the chair. I opened the box beneath the table and took out a book. What did he do? There was the box kept beneath the table, and what did he take out from it? A book. The Materia Medica. I opened it at the table on which stood a lamp and a large mirror. A small phone lay beside the mirror. That should be there in the picture of the kinds of tables. Not this. Behind that a small phone with this. So similar type of a table you can imagine. So the table, he opened it on that table where there was the lamp, the mirror, which you can see leaning on the wall, and a small phone. One feels tempted to look into a mirror, then it is near one. I took a look. In those days, I was a great admirer of beauty, and I believed in making myself look handsome. Huh? What do you all do when you're in front of the mirror?
Where I just see, smile, and then go up. Just go away.
That's it. He just gives himself a smile and goes away. What do you do? I see boys doing this, and all that. You don't know?
No. I just let my hair be. Like I sometimes don't give it for just populate my hair.
Achha. What do you do? Huh? You smile or you say, "Arey, you go down here." Huh? What do you do? You're just smiling. You don't smile. You smile and go. Smile, hello. Hey, what do you do, Sanmitra?
I just fix my hair and go away.
You also, you boys all do like that, or what? Smile and go away.
No, fix my hair.
Fix my hair, good. These people smile and go. They smile, they say hello, and they go. Huh? Okay. So, what? I know what you must be doing. क्या करोगे तुम लोग बाल ठीक है क्या ड्रेस ठीक है क्या मेकअप वो लिपस्टिक ठीक से स्प्रेड हुआ है क्या हाँ what do you all do next year really अच्छा your face is how I look it वाह क्या हाँ I just think I don't know, I just do something like this. एक दिन पहले जो भी expression लगा वो मैं देखती हूँ ना मैं कैसे लगता है good vibes you also थोड़ा बहुत expression नहीं मतलब वो लोग अपना फेस को बियर्ड करेंगे कि अच्छा दिस बियर्ड लुक्स बेटर दिस बियर्ड नहीं बेटा वाला बियर्ड I see how I look in front of other people. अच्छा random motivational speeches. जब song चल रहा है yes mirror में देखकर थोड़ा बहुत कर लिया गाना गा लिया हो गया अच्छा मतलब तुम लोग एकदम ऐसे हाँ model, actor, actress, everything together, singer, motivational speaker. And these people, my, hello, you look handsome, no need to make any more changes. And Sanmitra, okay, Sanmitra, very good, okay, चलो बाल को थोड़ा और अच्छे से सेट कर देता हूँ, जेल वेल मेरा ठीक से है कि नहीं? Okay. So where were we? Large mirror and a small comb. One feels tempted to look into a mirror when it is near one. I took a look. In those days, I was a great admirer of beauty, and I believed in making myself look handsome. I was unmarried and I was a doctor. I felt I had to make my presence felt. I picked up the comb and ran it through my hair and adjusted the parting so that it looked straight and neat. Again, I heard that sound from above. Again, he heard some sound. बार-बार said partition बनाया and he heard that sound again. I took a close look at my face in the mirror. I made an important decision. I would shave every day, grow a thin mustache to look more handsome. After all, I was a bachelor and a doctor, so he was a young guy and he was a doctor. So wow, मेरे को बहुत सारे लोग impress करने हैं life में. So he thought that I will. What did he decide? Shave daily and keep a thin mustache. I looked into the mirror and smiled. It was an attractive smile. I made another earth-shaking decision. What? I would always keep that attractive smile on my face to look more handsome. Huh? You look beautiful, I should keep that smile. Huh? I was, after all, a bachelor. I was doctor too on top of it. Again that noise from above. He was not in his dreams, huh? In his all big hopes and aspirations, and again that sound he heard. I got up, paced up and down. Paced up means walking up and down the room. What's that? Then another lovely thought struck me. I would marry. I would get married to a woman doctor who had plenty of money and a good medical practice. उसको अच्छे से settled होना चाहिए अपने practice में, and she should be very rich. She had to be fat. अच्छा, for a valid reason. Why? उसका भी reason है इसका. ऐसे ही नहीं. He's a very smart person. If I made some silly mistake and needed to run away, she should not be able to run after me and catch me. Huh? So that was his main intention. Then, with such thoughts in my mind, so he was like dreaming, thinking of with such thoughts in my mind, I resumed to my seat in the chair in front of the table. Resumed to the seat because he was facing up and down, and then he went back in his dreams and again came back to his chair. There were no more sounds from above. Suddenly, there came a dull thud. Okay, thud is some गिरने का sound, as if a rubber tube had fallen to the ground. Surely, nothing to worry about. Even so, I thought I would turn around and take a look. No sooner had I turned than a fat snake wriggled over the back of the chair and landed on my shoulder. So means it must have been that snake which must have fallen from the top. And where did it come? Wriggled up on the chair and straight on his shoulder. The snake's landing on me and my turning were simultaneous. Means he turned to look, and that time only the snake came. Okay. Then I didn't jump. I didn't tremble. I didn't cry out. Means he totally froze. What will you do in such a situation? No? I will cry. If there was no time to do any such thing, the snake slithered along my shoulder. Slither means to creep. The movement of the snake slithered along my shoulder and coiled around my left arm above the elbow. So what did it do? It came along its shoulder and coiled itself along its left arm. Okay, now what is it going to do? Then the hood was spread out and its head was hardly 3 or 4 inches from my face. The snake came, it coiled around its left arm, and its hood, the head of that snake, was hardly 3 to 4 inches. 3 to 4 inches from it was so close to this man's face. It would not be correct to say merely that I sat there holding my breath. Like holding my breath means you don't want to move, you don't want to eat nothing. I was turned to stone, it froze. But my mind was very active. The door opened into darkness. It was night, no? And there was no electricity around. The room was surrounded by darkness. In the light of the lamp, I sat there like a stone image in the flesh. Stone image in the flesh means a human being which was like a statue. I felt then the great presence of the creator of this world and this universe. God was there. Now what is he thinking? मैंने ये सब ऐसे सब सोचा ना तो भगवान मेरे को पनिश कर. So God was there. See, next line. Suppose I said something and he did not like it. So is it something like that? I tried in my imagination to write in bright letters outside my little heart the words, "Oh God," because now he wanted somebody to protect him. There was some pain in my left arm. It was as if a thick leaden rod. No, a rod made of molten fire. Leaden means made of lead. Then he said, no, a rod made of molten fire because that snake must have so tightly coiled itself. So, no, a rod made of molten fire was slowly but powerfully crushing my arm. The arm was beginning to be drained of all strength. What could I do? Because the blood supply will have to stop that. Yeah. What are you doing? I mean, some snake is coming over. Okay, so he felt that it was being drained of all its strength. Drained means the strength khatam ho gaya, not able to move it. What could I do? At my slightest movement, the snake would strike me, correct? Because the snake's food was right there, so it could strike him anytime. That lurked 4 inches away. Suppose it struck. What was the medicine I had to take? There were no medicines in the room. I was but a poor, foolish, and stupid doctor. I forgot my danger and smiled feebly at myself. So he started lightly giving a smile to himself. It seemed as if God appreciated that. So means when he thought that I am a stupid, I am a fool, he feels that God appreciated it. At that time I said all great things about myself, so maybe God didn't like it, so he sent that snake. It seemed as if God appreciated that. The snake turned its head. It looked into the mirror and saw its reflection. So the snake is now looking at itself. I do not claim that it was the first snake that had ever looked into the mirror. But it was certain that the snake was looking into the mirror. Was it admiring its own beauty? Was it trying to make an important decision about growing a mustache? Or growing a mustache or using eyeshadow or mascara and wearing a vermilion spot on its forehead. Vermilion is that red tika that you wear, no? So now he's thinking this is where dream kar raha tha. What was the doctor dreaming of? Huh? Mustache, chin, and a smile. Huh? So he thought now what the snake might be thinking of? Vermilion on its forehead, or whether to make a mustache, growing a mustache, or using eyeshadow or mascara on its eyes. That is a snake with mascara. Mascara is on your eyelashes. You put something so that your eyelashes look bigger. Your eyes look wider. Your sister never put. She might be. I don't care.
What should I do about that?
Arey, but you don't observe over, did not see. No. अच्छा लगा दे अभी देखना लगा दे हाँ कुछ नहीं है पूछेगा भी नहीं झगड़ा करता है ना झगड़ा करता बहन डांटती है ना इसको क्योंकि ये गड़बड़ करता है so okay so then I did not know anything for certain. What sex was this snake? Was it male or female? I will never know. For the snake unbound itself, opened itself from my arm and slowly slithered into my lap. So now when it looked at itself, it unwound itself and moved into the person's lap. Perhaps it wanted to enjoy its reflection at close quarters. Means it wanted to see itself from nearby. Sometimes it happens, so we are like so far off from the mirror, we cannot do it, especially if you have put some kind of makeup or something. You're far away, you can't see yourself. So, or whatever, he wanted to admire himself more by going closer. Perhaps. I was no mere image cut in granite. I was suddenly a man of flesh and blood. So what does this mean? That now no mere image cut in granite. First he was talking great about himself. Now he was some खुश हो गया. And now because he had to fight for his life, so what is he going to imagine that I am so great? Here his life is at risk. So I was suddenly a man of flesh and blood. Still holding my breath, I got up from the chair. I quietly went out to the door into the veranda. From there, I leapt into the yard and ran for all I was worth. All I was worth means I ran quickly and escaped as fast as I could. Each one of us breathed a sigh of relief. Somebody asked, so now we are coming back to the party that we was in. So each one of us heaved a sigh of relief, means every one of his friends, whoever was. Somebody asked, Doctor, is your wife very fat? Because he had imagined during those days. So then he says, no, the doctor says, God willed otherwise. My life companion is a thin, reedy person with the gift of a sprinter. Sprinter is a person who runs very fast. So that wish didn't come out to be true. And she's a sprinter. I mean, she runs like a sprinter. Reading spin like. Someone else asked, Doctor, when you ran, did the snake follow you? And now coming back to that where we ran out into the veranda. The doctor replied, I ran and ran till I reached a friend's house. Immediately, I smeared oil all over myself and took a bath. I changed into fresh clothes. The next morning, so he stayed there at his friend's house. The next morning at about 8:30, I took my friend and one or two others to my room to move my things from there. Right? He now thought that I don't want to stay there. So he went there to move his things. But we found he had a little to carry. Why little to carry? Something is had removed most of my things. So all his things, most of his things were gone. So he didn't have much that would be able to carry from. The room had been cleaned out, but not really. The thief had left behind one thing as a final insult. What was that? I asked. The doctor said, my vest, the dirty one. Because he had just come out and he had kept those things, no? So he said, my vest, the dirty one. The fellow had such a sense of cleanliness. The rascal could have taken it and used it after washing it with soap and water. So it's like his ego is hurt. ये क्यों नहीं देखता है? इसका भी करना था. So में देखे जाना चाहिए था rascal को. Then, did you see the snake the next day, doctor? The doctor laughed. I have never seen it since. It was a snake which was taken with its own beauty. I mean, when it was carried away, it was attracted by it went there. After that, he never saw that snake. Nice story, na? It's to legend of North. How much? It's 5:15. So we wait there. Is the questions also reported? In this chapter, you are not or no? देखो अभी 5 minutes में have right for this chapter. But maybe चलो वो नहीं बोलो Northland is also good. Legend of Northland. Now she's feeling very happy. Yeah, देखो अभी लिखने नहीं पड़ा वो. Northland is what you know. You know that poem? I don't know.
Yes, sir.
Yes and no. What yes?
I think it is time enough.
That means what is it about? There's a lady, she's very stingy. A priest visits her. Confused. Stingy. New word learned. Stingy. STINGY. Confused. She is very stingy, and there's a saint who comes, goes to California with here, or puts what she makes pie, cake, or some bakes a cake, no? She bakes a bake. She bakes a bake, and when she bakes a bake, she feels that the bake is too big. What happens after that? Forward career. Melodious banana. Some people know she baked a bake and a bake. And then she baked a bake. She realized that she had baked a bake. What what happened to this lady? She's very confused. And one saint comes, he's very hungry, so he says, I don't have to push him to the head. So he would be hard to get. So what she gives him, no, she feels like he made a word for that. And it's not a she's confused. उसके लिए उसको नहीं लगेगा ना किसी और को देने के लिए she thinks that एक और बना है फिर वो एक और बना है and she makes it so thin and power okay हाँ तो फिर हाँ next one thing she rolls the dough very thin so that it looks big but it's small she doesn't have to use too much of dough कम dough use करते हैं baking cake I like a pizza bake, very thin she makes it. Thin crust pizza. So instead of cake, God knows what we get. So she makes it. She tries to make it smaller because she thinks it was ज़्यादा है. She doesn't want to share with us. So then ultimately वो piece इतना बड़ा हो जाता है. He's a saint, you know. तो saint के family is in a purse. तो देखो यहाँ पे you have a good food to eat. You have a shelter over your head. अब से तेरा वो देखो कुछ भी नहीं मिलेगा. And वो चिमनी में से निकल जाती है. She turns into a woodpecker. वो woodpecker बना देती है. And she was wearing a scarlet hat, red color का hat. That hat remains, but then she turns into a woodpecker. And he said that you will, क्या करो? You will bore and bore. You will bore and bore and bore and bore. Bore means how a woodpecker has to take a lot of effort. So very, yeah, मेहनत करना पड़ता है ना. तो आपसे you have to do a lot of मेहनत for the food that you will get, and the food also that you get will be very scanty. It will be less. So appreciate what you have, and don't be confused next time. Otherwise, you will also turn into woodpecker. Come for snake and the mirror, no, on the top right hand. Don't be proud, don't be overconfident. Everything we have is by His grace. Don't be arrogant. This is what we learned from the story. Don't be proud. Don't be proud. Don't be overconfident. Everything we have is by His grace. His ऐसे लिखना, हाँ, His capital. Yeah, His grace. God. When you refer to God, you should write it capital.
Everything. Everything.
Everything we have is by His grace. Is by His grace. Full stop. Don't be arrogant. What is the word we learned today? What was that now? Stingy, no? Stingy. Arrogant. Arrogant मतलब ज़्यादा attitude नहीं रखने का. So arrogant also becomes a new word. No, you already know, no? Arrogant. Okay, now you know the meaning. You can use it also. कोई arrogant नहीं भी रहेगी तो बोलने का. Don't be arrogant. I'm using that word. Okay. Any more? क्या हो गया? What she's saying? क्या बोलती है? Homework, what will you all do for this chapter? Oh, really? Summary? Yeah, do one thing. No, summary write in 101 or 100 to 120 words. So it becomes your story ka practice words. Well, I'll be back in 5 minutes.